Okay. Ma'am, please confirm. Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
All right. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohit Singh. I'm a trainer with SCC Online, and with immense help from Ms. Aparajita ma'am, we have organized this particular training session for you for the first year and the second year students on how can you use this SCC Online software, which has been subscribed by your MIT University. Now, in today's session, before we jump onto the methods, we jump onto the documents or anything like that, we would keep this session as a basic and an intermediate session. First, we'll try to cover the conceptual knowledge of the software, and then we'll try to give you some methods of how you can research onto it. Now, in case you do not hear my voice or you do not see my screen sharing, then please reconnect into the meeting. It might be because of the bad internet connection, as in Bihar, we've been told that there are some raining going on. The rains are heavy today. So in SEC Online students, we'll keep this session as a basic and an intermediate as well. And for the question answers round, you can always use the chat box window at any point of time. You can type your question or you can type your answer, and we'll try to answer it as best as possible.
Sir,
Sir,
sir, not audible.
Uh, I think Mohit, sir, your voice is
Yes,
not audible.
yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm getting some bad internet connection on my area as well. Just give me 1 minute.
Oh, okay, sure, sir.
All right, I'm sorry for that interruption. We'll share the screen once again. And all right, I hope nothing will go left right now. Okay, on SEC Online students, we were talking about this particular product. Now, SCC Online means Supreme Court cases. It is basically a product coming from Eastern Book Company. Eastern Book Company is India's legal publishing house, which publishes the judgments coming from Supreme Court. Now, why do they publish the same judgment again in their journal? That's the question. They publish it because they not only just give you the raw judgment to read, but they also give their own commentaries onto it. That is called head note, or we can say digest notes. Head notes and digest notes are for the user to make them understand that this is what has been talked about in this particular judgment. This is a short summary of a judgment, right? So in the Supreme Court cases, or we can say in the Supreme Court judgments, we always include the digest notes and the head notes. Apart from that, in this particular software, we have a huge quantum of information coming in from various categories. Now, if I talk about the data coverage of the software, then we not only just give you the Supreme Court, but we have other categories. To name a few, we have the High Court judgments, we have Privy Council judgments, Federal Court, international courts, foreign courts, as well as some landmark judgments of the district court level as well. Apart from the case law students, you can also find Bail Acts in this. Bail Acts as in, like you can find the Central Act, you can find State Acts, you can find Central Notification, State Notifications, bills in parliaments which have been introduced or passed by any one of the houses. Apart from that, my personal favorite is it also includes the moot court competition resources in it, with whoever with whichever university we have collaborated with for moot court competitions. We have included the moot court competition data in the SEC Online. In data, what I mean to say is that we have included the mooting problems. We have also included the winner team memo from the appellant or the respondent side. Apart from that, we also have added the legal articles coming from different universities. So all in all is a complete package for a user to get all the information in one place rather than searching that same information onto the Google. Now here comes the most important question, that is that sir, if everything is available free nowadays on Google, on Yahoo, or from the Supreme Court of India websites, then why do we need such software to get the same information again with the login ID and password, of course? To answer this question, I've already visited the Supreme Court of India website today, and I pulled up a random judgment from that website. So let me just share a judgment coming in from Supreme Court of India. I hope all the first year and the second year students have already been through the Supreme Court and the other High Court websites. So we'll skip the walkthrough of that and we'll straight away get to the judgment part. Just a second. So this is a judgment. This is a random judgment I have taken from the Supreme Court. And this is a raw judgment, which you will always find from any High Court or from the Supreme Court level. This is a reportable judgment. Reportable simply means that from the judges, they have affirmed that it is good for reporting. It is an important judgment. We also include the non-reportable judgment, which are not so important as per the judges. But in SEC, you can find reportable and non-reportable judgments as well. You can also find the orders. In the Supreme Court of India, as you can see, this has been written over here. The party name has been written over here, Justice K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, with several other cases which were clubbed together while deciding this case. So not only they were deciding for Justice K.S. Puttaswamy, but similar type of cases were also clubbed together with these writ petition numbers and civil numbers. All right, scrolling down. Once we are done with this, then we get the judgment part, from which we can get to see that the judgment has been started, or the first author of the judgment was Justice D.Y. Chandrachud sir. Now from this moment, I can read the whole judgment by myself and I can get the idea of what the judgment is talking about, right? That is the key of how you can read the judgment. The question remains the same, that sir, why do we need your software to see the same judgment in the SEC Online? Most of you have already got the answer, but just to give you a demonstration on that, I'll quickly log in the SEC Online. The login button is over here on the top right. You click on the login button. You get this IP login. We've been told that the students of Amity University are using the Nimbus software, through which they are able to remotely access SEC services. If you have any confusion regarding the Nimbus services, then I request you to please connect with your faculty members or with the library department for that. So we have this IP login feature, in which if you are a new user, if you are the first time user, I request you to please click on register here. I click on register here. You put in your login ID, that is your campus email ID. You put in your full name, you can register and log in. But if you have logged in before, if you have registered yourself before, please put in your login ID. No password is required. Click on login now. This is the login process. And I repeat the statement once again, that is, if you have any confusion with any of the feature which is being shown right now, then please drop me a message. I'll have a look on that. Now the question was that what is the difference between the same judgment that is coming from Supreme Court and coming from SEC Online? In order to pull up a random judgment in SEC Online, what we are going to do, we are going towards find by party name and we will try to pull up a judgment from there. So we'll go to find by party name. In find by party name, we'll select the court, Supreme Court, and we'll select or write the party name. The party name was just a second, K.S. Puttaswamy and Union of India. All right, K.S. Puttaswamy. There you go. It was a 9 judges bench discussing the previous case. There you go. I have clicked on that. And from there, now this judgment will be opened up in SEC Online, right? So in the Supreme Court of India judgment, we got to know that there was one judge with the name of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud sir, who has authored the judgment, who has penned down the judgment. But we are also sure that some other judges were also there apart from Justice D.Y. Chandrachud sir. If you look upon this case over here on your right hand side, let me just minimize the screen. As you can see, before in the Supreme Court of India, the first thing which it tells you is the citation. I hope the first year students already know what's the meaning of a citation. It's a physical address of a judgment in a journal, in a law report. 2017 is the year, 10 is the volume, and SCC is the abbreviation or the journal citation. This is the page number 1. In the Supreme Court of India, then there is the whole list of all the justices, sir, all the judges which were there in the quorum, or we can say in the bench, right? So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 judges which were there in the blue bold color, but there are some judges which are not there in the blue bold color. What does that represent? This particular identifier represent that these judges were the author of the judgment, who have penned down the judgment, who have actually written the judgment, right? And the rest of the judges were just having the concurring opinion. All right. Moving ahead, party name KS Puttoswamy versus Union of India. And now, rather than the judgment, what you're getting is index to head note. Head note, just like I've said before, is the summary of a judgment. If the judgment is too lengthy, then also the summary has to be divided. Similarly, the summary has been divided into several parts. First, second, third, and it goes till 8. Whichever part summary you're looking for, you can directly go to that particular part. So I like this one, the second one. Nature and facets of right to privacy, the individual as core of constitutional focus, short nose C to 5. All right. How can I see the summary of it? We'll scroll down. This is the first part going on. We'll scroll down. This is the second part. In the second head note, what has been discussed in terms of the topics and in terms of the acts, articles. So there was first Constitution of India that was discussed. In Constitution of India, part number 3, Article 21, 19, 14, and other articles were discussed for this particular judgment. It is up to you. If you want to recall the information of any particular article, you can simply click on that number. I wanted to recall, or I wanted to get the information back from Article 21. I click on it and only the Article 21 will be opened up in a new window. So this is a new feature which only gives you the information which you're looking for. If you're looking for the whole Constitution of India, you can click on the Constitution of India. The similar thing happens with this one as well. So it has been discussed, Constitution of India, some articles. It was also discussed regarding the Protection of Human Right Act 1993. We are scrolling down. Again, Constitution of India, preamble, and many other things were discussed. These all black portion cannot be copied because it has been manually edited by the or added by the editors of Eastern Book Company. They have read the whole judgment for you, and from the summary or what we can say is from the judgment, they have made a summary for you in small head notes. Scrolling down, it is really lengthy. Just a second. There you go. Now from there, the third head note starts. So now I am skipping all the head notes right now, and let us try to see what else do we get apart from the head notes, right? Just a second. There you go. Apart from the head note, students, you are also getting the summary of arguments. Summary of arguments simply constitutes by the arguments placed by the petitioner and from the respondent side. If you quickly wanted to see that what were all arguments that were placed in from the petitioner side. So the first argument that was placed in from Mr. Kapil Sibal sir, senior advocate, it is on page number 85. I click on page number 85 and it will take me to the page number 85. Somehow there's been a network glitch over here, but yes, this is how it works, and this is how you get to see all the information in one place. Let's click on something else. Yeah, Mr. Gopal Subramaniam. So what I'm trying to portray over here is just to give you enough information that rather than spending your valuable time in reading the whole judgment, SCC gives you the head note. SCC gives you the digest notes. It also gives you summary of arguments so that you can get a brief idea of what the judgment is talking about just by looking at the head note. It can save a lot of time in the long run, trust me. Now, apart from the head note, students, this is just a judgment. This is the value add which you can see in the judgment. Judgment will always be denoted by the icon J, and the number 9 will always represent how many judges were there in the quorum. So there were 9 judges. Similarly, this second document represents that you're looking at a digest note, and that is why it's being identified or it's being displayed as the icon D. What does D means? D means a digest note. D means a law point which was discussed in the judgment. So whenever a judgment gets pronounced, it not only gets pronounced or it not only discuss about one law point, about only one aspect of the case. It also discuss about different acts and different sections for the punishment basis or for any other basis in the judgment. So for each and every law point, we have made a separate entry in the form of digest note. Why we are doing that? So that you can get the idea of the opinion of the judges. So there is a law point on the account of part 3 of Constitution of India. On part 3 interpretation, what was the opinion coming from Justice Chandrachud sir, Justice Keher sir, Agarwal sir, himself and Nazir sir? What was the combined opinion coming from all the judges is written over here. So rather than you again going with the quorum opinion, it is all there in the digest note. Scrolling down. Just a second, it's really lengthy digest note. Now, after scrolling down, if you wanted to see the equivalent citations, if you wanted to note down the AIR citation, AIC citation, KLT citation, whichever citation you always write in your diary, you can again write them by looking at the equivalent citations coming over here. It does not matter in SSC Online whether you put in the SSC citation or you put in any another journal citation, it will still open the same document. Apart from that, you can also get to see that in the bench strength, the judge's name have been written over here. But in the judge's name, they have the superscript as the numbers. As you can see, just after their name, there is a number 1, there is a number 2, number 3, number 1 again, and number 4. Number 1 on Justice Agarwal sir and number 1 on Justice Keher sir. And if you see closely, it is also visible for the Justice Nazir and Justice Chandrachud sir. So on the behalf of Justice Keher sir, Agarwal sir and Nazir sir, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud sir delivered his part of the judgment. And that is why all the numbers are common. So they have the concurring opinion with Justice Chandrachud sir. That is the precise information which you can find in the form of digest note. Apart from that, the numbers also represents that the second part, or we can say the second order of the judgment, was delivered by Justice Chelameshwar sir, right? Similarly, we have Justice Bobde sir, Justice Nadiman sir, Justice Sapre sir, and so forth. So again, the digest notes are for your help. It contains the opinion, it contains the equivalent citation, it also contains whether the law point has been overruled in future or not, and that is how you can get a complete idea by looking at the judgment that yes, this judgment is helpful for me, and in this judgment, this point is really good for me. I can cite them in the moot court competitions or any other my personal references. So
Mohit,
with that
did we
particular
also talk about Mohit, did you also talk about this the footnotes, which are several cases which have been cited?
yeah,
We
just
can talk
about
about
to.
that as
Yes.
well. Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah. All right. So students, as you can see in the digest note, it also includes that how many cases were relied on in this particular case. So there were couple of cases that got relied on in this case. As we can see, the number 1 was case 1 under Bharti, and many other cases were relied on. So whichever treatment has been given to any particular case while being cited in this case will be given in the form of digest notes, footnotes. Also, it tells you that if there is any law point which got overruled, then we put it in the footnotes that this law point has been overruled in this particular case. We'll talk about that overruled feature in our later examples as well. So apart from the relied on, you have many other treatments. As you can see, all of these cases, let me check what was the treatment given to all of them. They were cited. And if you look at the judgment, you can get to see on which paragraphs they were cited. Again, we have some cited, we have overruled, we have affirmed, and all the major treatments which you always look for. Again, we have got enough information from SCC Online. Just by looking at the judgment, we can get the idea of the head notes, digest notes, opinions, equivalent citations, and the treatments. And that is the main reason why the professionals and the students prefer SCC Online to read the judgments quickly and effectively. There you go. Now we are going back to the dashboard by clicking on this icon. And now this is the dashboard. Now the dashboard is very easy to use as it provides the user different tries through which he can or she can redirect himself or herself for whichever category that person would like to see. I would like to see a particular case law with the help of a party name. I can go with the party name. I would like to see a case law with the help of a citation. Similarly, I can go with a citation, and many other tiles are available for you. But the major bifurcation is that whichever tile you see in the blue color, that is meant for the research purpose. Whenever you have something on your hand to key in order to get the output from the software. But when you look at the library section is very easy to go. You just browse through the information which is available in the library, just like you are browsing through the physical library of Amity University. So now we'll focus upon the research part, and later on we'll jump towards the library portion as well. In the research part, let's try to hit the word search first of all, as word search is the most powerful search of SCC Online. Around 4 million documents are there in a database, and each and every document can be searched with the help of the word search. So it's a global search for SCC Online, right? Now, what shall we search? That's the query. So we have a query ready for us. That is, in case we wanted to find the latest case law delivered by Supreme Court of India on the account of defamation, then how can I find that case law? That is the question. So in case I wanted to find the latest case law, first of all, I have to write the whole query. Just like I would type it on Google, I would type it in the same way. So latest judgment or case law, whichever you want to write, from Supreme Court of India on defamation, right? This is the query. And this is how we generally write on Google, Yahoo, or any other search engine. Now let us try to hit the search and let us see what type of results do we get. Now, certainly we have a huge number of documents in our database. Apparently, it has given us some handful of documents, 236 to be precise. In 236, some of them are articles. How can I see? If I see in the middle screen, then I have the icon A. Icon A represent that we are looking at an article. We do not want to see article. We'll go to the judgment. We'll go to the Supreme Court 19 only. And in the middle column, all the judgments coming from Supreme Court of India will be displayed. So it's a judgment from 2010, Union of India versus Karthik Chandra Mondal, and the head notes follows by. In the head note, what I'm actually looking for is the word defamation in it, because that is actually what I wanted to find in a particular judgment. I feel like that this particular head note or this judgment is not so relevant for me, as it is talking about the service law, administrative law, and yes, service law again. Let us check the another one. Anuradha Bashin versus Union of India. Constitution of India, Constitution of India, Constitution of India. No. Now, whenever you are getting this particular information, this is very time saving for you, that you can simply read the head note and get the idea whether the judgment is helpful for you or not. But in my scenario, it seems like that all the judgments are not giving me the right direction of what I wanted to find. Something may have gone wrong in the research purpose, or we can say in the research bar while formulating my query. So what went wrong and how can we cure that particular problem? Let's see that. So first of all, we'll go back to the word search one more time. We'll go back to the dashboard. We'll go back to the word search and we'll ponder upon that what we have actually written and what we should have written instead of that. So this was my previous query, latest case law from Supreme Court of India on defamation. Now students, first year and the second year students, please focus over here. What I'm going to tell you over here is the thumb rule of using SCC online word search. Whenever you are formulating your query, I request you, and it's my personal recommendation as well, that please focus upon the main important legal words of the query. Now, by looking at the query, it seems like everything is important. But right now, please remember, if you're not working on Google, Google is meant for everyone. You need to define each and everything whenever you're working on Google. On SCC Online or on a legal research platform just like SCC Online, you do not need to define each and everything which you want to find. For example, we all have latest to oldest sorting available. You do not need to define that. Similarly, Supreme Court of India need not to be defined in the query formulation. Only the main important word, that is defamation, can be used in query. So now you got the idea that we are going to delete the rest of the part and only the word defamation will be used or will be taken for this particular query. Similarly, if you are typing a query, then it's not necessary that you are only getting one legal word. It may be possible that you're getting multiple legal words. So we'll have an example for that as well. But for now, we'll go with the defamation word. We'll click on the search bar. And again, as we are expecting, all the documents will be there with the defamation topics on them. From 200 something results, now the results have increased to many folds and almost 10,000 are the results. Again, we'll go into the judgment section. We'll go into the Supreme Court section. From 19, the judgments have been increased to 256. The very first one is coming from Supreme Court 1985. We are not looking for 1985. We'll click on sort by and we'll click on the latest first. Just by sorting the data, now I can get to see that yes, this was the later judgment which I was looking for, that is Vinod Dua versus Union of India. And now I can see by clicking on the next highlight that it also discusses about the defamation word in it. Similarly, if you would like to see any another one, then there you go. Aparna Bhatt versus State of Madhya Pradesh, and follows by different defamation cases. To name a few, I believe you have already read this particular case, Prashant Bhushan case. So there you go. It is also there in the Supreme Court list. So this is what a correct search would look like to give you the precise information of what you're looking for. And now, according to the head notes, you can simply get the idea of how this word is making sense while reading this judgment. Right? Now, again, I've already given you the information of head notes, and the another information is that whenever you wanted to copy any extract from a particular judgment, then there are two ways about it. First way is when you're looking at a judgment which contains the head note portion, then you cannot just drag your mouse and copy the content in it because it's a copyright material. You need to locate the judgment text first of all. We'll scroll down. There you go. And this is where the judgment starts. Heard Shri K.K. Vanugopal, learned Attorney General of India, and so forth. The judgment goes by. Whenever you wanted to copy any extract, single click on the notepad icon. Single click on the notepad icon one more time, and up to 5 times you can select as many notepads as you want in whichever order. Click on the smart copy, and there you go. The whole screen will be populated in a new window through which you will be able to copy and paste the extract in your Word file. What if the head notes are not present in the judgment? If we look at the recent judgment in which the head notes are in the process, then in that case, you can directly drag your mouse and highlight and copy anything you want because head notes are not present. Is it this judgment is similar to the raw judgment of Supreme Court. Nothing has been added till now, but yes, everything is in process. So there you go. This was my first example to show you how can you formulate a query with the legal words in it. How can you search that particular query? And again, how can you copy anything with your judgment? The basic functionalities of a document have been kept over here: the save, email, print, increase or decrease the font size, and also document sharing link. We'll go back to the dashboard, and again, we'll go back to the word search. Now, most of the time, student does not have only one word to search for. They might be having 2, 3, or multiple keywords to be searched for. So what to do if we have multiple keywords on our hand and I wanted to do some research onto it? For an example, I believe the second year students might have gone through the family law cases. In the family law cases, if I quickly wanted to see what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to a wife after divorce, right? So how can I find some case laws upon that? Now, there are many ways through which you can formulate a query. One can say that, yes, sir, we can go with Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act Section 18. One can say that, sir, we can go with the family law. One can say we can go with the interim maintenance minimum word. There are many possibilities through which you can formulate your query. But yes, the thumb rule remains the same. That is, please focus upon the main keywords of the query. So now I'm just going to formulate my query in which I feel like that family law should be included. Wife should be included and interim maintenance word should be included, right? So these 3-4 words are there in my query. Now, either you can go by this or there is an alternate method through which you can search. You already know this method, so I'll just skip this. The alternate method is you search for the principal, or we can say the main topic of the query. The main topic of the query is family law, and now we are going to search only with the family law. What if only the family law cases and not other cases will be displayed after we search for the family law? So basically what I mean to say over here is that once we search for the family law, only the family law cases will appear, not any other cases, right? So how can we search the rest of the query? The rest of the query can be searched later upon by using the search within search method. So I'll just show you in a bit. In family law, students, family and law are two individual words, right? Family has its own meaning and law also has its own meaning. Over here in the legal fraternity, family law is considered as a legal phrase. Now what I'm going to give you this information can be used on international platforms or the global platforms, to name a few: Google, YouTube. Whenever you have the precise search, whenever you wanted to make a precise search on any search engine and you are searching for a phrase, then please use double inverted commas. Double inverted commas will make sure that the search engine will search this particular word as a phrase and not two individual words. There you go. I'll click on the search bar and only family law word will be searched. What to do with with the rest of the query? I can simply write the rest of the query in search within search result on the top left. I'll write the second word wife, and similarly I'll write the third word as interim maintenance. There you go. And this is how I can do the sub search method. Now, why I have shown you this example is because when we have searched for the family law word, the software has given me 3,800 results. Later on, when we have searched for the second word, the result got decreased to 1,700. How? Because we are only searching within the bracket of 3,800 documents and not in the 4 million documents. That is the difference between a word search and the sub search. Sub search searches the query in the principal query. And the word search, if you go back to the word search again, it will search again in the entire database. How many times you can filter down this query? Up to 6 times. And again, if I go to the judgment section, I get to see the judgments from Supreme Court. I click on that. And by reading the head notes, I can simply be able to see whether any head note is helpful for me or not, right? And when you get these many handful documents, my personal recommendation is that please look for the head notes closely and see whether any judgment is helping you. Please do not drill down furthermore. You have already got some few judgments. Your purpose of finding the judgment is not to find only one judgment. The purpose of using this software is to find similar type of judgments, and from that you can simply choose any one judgment for your case, right? So please do not ever pinpoint just for one judgment. Always go for the similar type of judgments. Does not matter from Supreme Court or High Court, till the time it makes sense in the account of the query, then yes, it can be helpful for you. So that was my second example to show you that if you have multiple keywords at your hand, then how can you search with all those keywords? Going back to the dashboard. Now in the dashboard, what you can do is we'll skip the word search for a while and we'll go with any other tile which is almost similar to the word search. So find by topic is such tile which is very much similar to the word search, and in find by topic you get a huge topic tree which would be having these subtopics in it. Now why it is helpful, let me show it to you. Now these are topics and statutes coming in, and you can simply see how many categories are there and how many subtopics are there. So for an example, I guess you've already been through with the contract and specific relief cases, right? So if I click on the contract law cases, you can get to see that there are many important keywords as subtopics being listed over here. So sometimes whenever we are doing a research, it is very imperative for us to know that what are the main keywords for this particular topic. Even if you forget any keyword for which you're trying to frame a query, you can come to this particular tile and you can get the idea that yes, under contract law cases, there is a topic called formation defects, void and voidable contract. Also, there is a contract called rescission of contract. So for each and every subtopic or for each and every topic on which you would like to research upon and you're not able to get the perfect keyword, find by topic is going to help you a lot. I guess by mistake I have clicked on any one of them. So there you go. Now you have got some documents through which you can simply browse through and get the idea if whatever document or whichever document is helpful for you. So find by topic, yes, is helpful for the first year and second year students a lot. One more tile which is very helpful for the first and second year students, that is words and phrases. Words and phrases gives you the legal meaning of words. Legal meaning of words in such way that if we know a meaning of a word, but we also wanted to know whether this meaning has been defined by any judge in a judgment. So whenever we get a legal meaning, we get to see this information from Wikipedia, from any other website, sometimes from Alexa or from a mobile phone. In your fraternity students, authenticity is very important, and also you should always look for the source of information. What is the source? Has this information been copied from any other website, or is the authentic 100% genuine information? For that, let me show you this with an example. Let's say we are looking for bail, definition of bail. So I'll just type bail. We all know what is the meaning of bail in our own language, right? If I type bail, I get this huge paragraph right in front of me. Now, this paragraph seems to be very lengthy. Why? Because this paragraph has been taken from this judgment, A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, in which a judge has defined what is the meaning of bail. So we give you the information from those judgments in which a judge has defined the meaning of bail, any statute has defined what's the meaning of bail, all Walton Dictionary of Law judge definitions. So those are the three sources through which you can get the information on words and phrases. Words and phrases is going to be very beneficial for the first year, and yes, for the later years on your course. So till now we have completed the word search, find by topic, and words and phrases. We'll move ahead with find by party name. In find by party name, you have two different options available: search by party name and search by famous case name. Just a second. In search by party name, you have two options. I guess I have already shown you an example of KS Puttoswamy that first of all, you need to select the court and later on you can type in the party name, the petitioner and the respondent side, right? Let's skip that for a while and let's focus on search by famous case name. Search by famous case names only and only restricts your search for the famous cases, or we can say the cases that were there in the national media headline. To name a few, we have the Babri Masjid case, the latest headline cases, and also the women entry in Sabrimala temple, BMW hit and run case, Nirbhaya Hatyakand case. So all those cases which were there in the headline are there. And if you just type in the headline, click on the find case, it will give you the citation as well as the party name, right? For all the other cases which you would like to find, the method is very simple. How can I do that? Click on the court name. If you have the information of from whichever court the judgment was delivered, that is really good. So that was delivered from Supreme Court of India. And now enter the party name. So the party name is something like A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. Click on find case. And there you go, you get one results. Now, most of the time, even if we do not have the information from which court this judgment was delivered, I can click on all jurisdiction. And also I have partial information available of a party name. Then again, I can do the search. So there is no mandate whether you have full information available or partial information available, your search will still be made. I click on A.K. Gopalan. And this whole case will be populated right in front of me. Now, the good part is whenever you are opening a case, the software will not only just give you the digest notes, it also gives you the opinion and the best part, that is whether any law point has been overruled or not. Now, overruled simply means, students, that the law which was decided in this judgment, whether that law is still a good law or it has been overruled by any another case. Since we are dealing with the Supreme Court judgment, it has to be another Supreme Court judgment to override this particular law point. Till now, what we see over here is that this is a very old case from 1950. The party name is A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. And just by looking at this judgment, I do not see any indication whether this judgment got overruled in future or not. But that is not the full story over here. Let me do a quick analysis for this. Whenever you would like to see the overrule part or the overrule law point of a case, it is very simple. Go to search within search result and type in the word overruled. Whichever law point that got overruled by any other case will be displayed right in front of you. So now the documents are there with the identifier as red exclamatory mark. This red exclamatory mark simply represents that these many law points have been overruled or this law has been struck down by any other case. Which case? Please go to footnotes. This view was overruled in Sambhunath Sarkar and also in Kalpana Mehta versus Union of India. But this is not the same story for each and every law point because every law point is different. So let's click on anything else. So let's click on the third one. This is talking about Article 19 1D, right to movement. As per Chief Justice Kania sir, this was his opinion. As per Justice Mukherjee sir, Justice Das sir, this was his opinion. And again, if we scroll down to the last, it was overruled in Rastam Kawaji Cooper case, Shaira Bano case, KS Puttoswamy, and Kalpana Mehta. So for each and every law point, the story is a bit different. Which law point is suitable for you? That's your call. But yes, you will get enough information in the digest note that this digest note, or we can say this law point, is still a good law or not. So that was the overrule feature. Just a second. All right. Now, apart from this, students, I guess you might have heard about this particular statement. Let me quickly pull up any recent judgment. Let me go back to the party name. Um, let's take this case Puttoswamy, which we have taken earlier as well. You might have received this information as well, that whenever you are representing your university in the moot court competition, or you are submitting your documents for your submission, or you are going to the court for any exercise, or we can say any practical, then while submitting the documents, you need to submit the document in the true printout. What does a true printout truly means? Basically, students, what exactly or we can say which color scheme and the font size you're seeing right now is basically an internet download, right? You are on the website browsing the document, and if you take the printout, it will be exactly like this, what you're seeing. But the code does not accept it. The code only accept those documents which are we can say a photocopy of the original source. Original source simply means if this judgment has been published in any of the journal. It can be SCC, it can be AIR, it can be any other journal. Since we are dealing with the Supreme Court cases journals right now, so this judgment must be printed in the SCC online journal, and we need to take the true printout of that. How can we do that? We go to the print icon, we click on the TP icon. It gives us a brief idea of how many pages do we want for our true printout. I say 2 or 3 pages just for the example. I click on the print icon, and the true printout would be entirely different from what you're seeing right now. So I clicked on that. I guess it's just taking some time. And yes, one more thing, students, if you're working on a new browser, I suggest you please allow the pop-ups. There you go. This is the Supreme Court cases 2017. This is the head note. And I believe we will only and only be able to get the head note since we have only printed for 2 and 3 pages. Right? Now, there is this ABCD going on the left hand side, and sometimes it is going on the right hand side. Right? What are these? Now, students, these are placetums. Right? This is an international practice through which you can help the court. Now, how you can help the court? Now, let's say, for example, you are in the court right now and you want the justice attention on this paragraph and line number 5 or line number 6. So how can you help the court? You can say, there are two ways to say this, that sir, I need your attention, or I need your observation, or I request your attention on the line number 6. The judge would count the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or else you help the court in such a way that I want your attention, or I request your attention 2 lines above placetum F. So F and 2 line above, there you go. This is a faster way of addressing the line which you want to be observed in the court, right? So again, this is placetum, and this is international practice which you can always find in the international journals as well. There you go. We got to see enough information about how we can see the true printout. I believe if there is any confusion, you can leave the questions in the chat box as well. Let's go back to the dashboard. In the dashboard, we have find by citation. In find by citation, students, it is very easy. I believe most of you have already been gone through on this particular tile, in which we have different journals available. How can we see the huge list? We click on it and we see SCC, AIR, Criminal Law Journal, KLT, MPLJ, and many other reporters available over here. It does not matter whichever citation you enter, you will still be able to get the same document in the SCC online. So for an example, let's take AIR. So we type AIR and we type a random citation over here, page number 1, click on get citation. This is how you enter the citation, and this is how you can get the document. Now, even though we have entered the AIR citation, the software is still giving me the 2010 to SCC 9. So we have mapped our database in such a way, if you put in the SEC, you will still get the AIR in the footnotes. And if you put in the AIR, you will still get the SEC on the top. So again, this is a very good feature through which you can note down any citation which you want. Clicking on the dashboard one more time. Till now, we have covered each and every tile of the research purpose. Apart from this, find case law by section. Find case law by section is to be used when you are looking for a case law in which an act and as well as a section has been discussed. It is not discussing about the topics, or we can say the legal word, but it is discussing about an act and a section. All right. If that is a necessity, then we can go with an act. So the simplest act I guess we can take is penal code. I believe we have all gone through the penal code act. So we'll click on the penal code, find in title, and the whole penal code will be right there. Now in this list, I need to select whichever section I wanted to see. So there you go. Section number 302 would be fine for this one. There you go. Punishment for murder. And again, this particular case will be opened up in SEC Online, and all those documents will be opened up in which Indian Penal Code section 302 was discussed. Right? There you go. So now how can we do some advanced searches? I guess let's take that question for the later part. Since we have a limited time frame, let's complete the library part, and if the time allows, we can complete the word search advanced searches as well. Till now, I need some cooperation from the student side. If they have any confusion with whichever feature I have shown till now in the research purpose, I just need a little bit of we can say of what we can say is a cooperation, or we can say a workshop mode, right? We do not want this lecture type of a theme over here. We want your cooperation. We want your questions so that I can answer anyone, or I can answer anything related to the research part. Anything guys in the research purpose?
Yes, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat box.
Yeah. Since you are all representing Amity University right now, it is very strange that you all are silent. I've been to Amity Law School many times, and the students are very good in terms of question and answering. Not a problem. Moving ahead, I guess there is a question. Just a second. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Arpit Raj. You're the first one to ask a question. Please unmute yourself and ask it.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Arpit. I'm not able to clearly hear your voice.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me. All right. I guess I've got the question. Mr. Arpit wanted to find how can he find the overrule part of a judgment, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. So we'll just answer that question real quick, and then we'll move forward to the library part. How can you find the library portion? Sorry, the overrule portion. First of all, students, the basic necessity of finding the overrule part is to locate one particular judgment, right? How can you open one judgment? By clicking on the find by citation, or by clicking on find by party name. We'll go with the party name. So in order to answer this question, I have to take a judgment which has been overruled. So let's take a judgment which you all are very familiar with. That is Golak Nath versus State of Punjab, right? We all know it has been overruled. So Golak Nath and State of Punjab. Find case. There you go. One result. Double click on that and Golak Nath will be opened up in a new window. Now, the question from Mr. Arpit was that, sir, how can we quickly find whether this case has been overruled anywhere or not? So for this, Click on search within search and type in the word overrule. When you type in the word overrule, you click on the search bar and all the points of law which have been overruled will be right in front of you. So how many law points are there? 16 law points of Golaknath are not a good law anymore. So if you are going to cite any one of them, then please beware that there are some law points which have been overruled. If you click any one of them, Article 368, which was discussed, is Golaknath scope of amending power. What is the scope of amending the power from the parliament, which was discussed, and the constitution power has been overruled. In which case? In case one Ananda Bharti versus State of Kerala, and it was held overruled in Indian Medical Association versus Union of India. This is how you can get to see the overall part, and I hope that answers your question, Mr. Arpit. Please confirm.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Anyone else? Any other student who would want to ask any question? Else we'll move forward with the library portion. All right. Thank you. Okay, students, till now the journey has been really good. They've got to know some enough information about how to use SEC online with the word search and the other, we can say, blue tiles. Now we are moving towards the library portion, and in the library part, everything is so easy. So that is why we'll just skip some of the tiles and we'll have our focus to the most important tiles of the library part. The new and the most important tile is browse curated topics. Browse curated topics is a newly added tile through which our editors have added some new topics in it according to your areas of interest. You're all going to be the future advocates of tomorrow, and you're all going to practice in your areas of interest. So for your benefit, we have created a huge list with different topics in it. For an example, even if some of you go with the environmental law, you still find some enough information from the environmental law topic as well. So we click on the environmental law. There you go. Biological diversity, climate change, conservation of nature, protection of environment, noise pollution, and pollution, hazardous waste and waste management. Let's click on any one of them. Biological diversity. On the topic of biological diversity, our software has given you all the information in one place. All the statutes as in whichever act and whichever section discussing about biological diversity, that has been added, not the entire act. Rules and regulations, whichever regulation talks about your topic, again, notification circulars, and what the students wants to know that, sir, I want some landmark important cases on this topic. How can I find? This is one stop for you. Whichever topic suits your purpose, click on that and you'll find case laws. Click on the case laws and you'll find only the important one. That is why these are handful. But yes, by the time goes by, we'll also add some few more cases in this list. And again, this will be an updation as you're working on the website. Case laws, treaties, committee, policy documents, and articles. So all in all, what I wanted to say is that this is a one stop through which you can get all the information in one place. And rather than jumping from different tiles, you can just come over here and get the information upon. So browse curated topics is really a time-saving feature for you. Clicking on the dashboard one more time. Apart from browse curated topics, we have browse law reports, browse judgment by court, and browse acts and rules. I guess browse acts and rules is going to be very helpful for you, as in your early days, you are going to read a lot of acts. The most common questions from the first year students, that is that, sir, how can I save the whole act in my machine? My teacher says to me that please read this act again and again 14 times a day. So for that, how can you save an act in your machine is very simple. Please open any act which you want, either by going with the list or by searching that act with the search feature over here. So I'll just take any random act. Let's take Contract Act. You have all been familiar with the Contract Act as of now. There you go. And either you can go with the index or you can scroll down. In order to save the whole act, this is the save button, this is the email button, and this is the print button. Good part is you can email to any random person in the world. does not matter he or she has the SCC or not, right? But yes, the email expires in 7 days. All right, moving ahead. Let's take any section. All right, acceptance. Acceptance must be absolute. And what is the definition of absolute? Everything has been defined over here. Also, this blue color information is for your help. This blue color information simply represents that what are the important case laws on the section number 7 of contract law. And who is giving this information? The editors of Eastern Book Company. According to them, that there are some important cases on section number 7 of contract law which might benefit you while you're preparing for your case. So there is an important judgment on offer and acceptance, and that is this one, right? Similarly, you can find other judgments as well. So this is browse acts and rules. Apart from that, you have browse articles. If anyone wanted to read any article, then you can simply come over here. You have law review journals, blogs, reports, collected essays, and Tagore law lectures. You have law review journals, and you can find a huge list through which we have different university journals over here. Rather than going with the journals volume, my recommendation is go with a filter box and type in the topic on which you wanted to find the article. I wanted to find the article upon climate. So do we have anything on climate? Yes, many articles on climate. So similarly, you can find any article which you want and you can suffice your purpose. Now, going back, we can skip the browse secondary material, which contains the bills in parliament, which contains the reports of commission and committees and some other secondary materials. We can focus over here, that is moot court resources. Now, moot court resources is very important for the first year or for whichever year students who are preparing themselves for the moot court competitions. So we have sponsored for different moot court competitions lately, and that is why our list is huge. We have MIT Delhi, Lucknow, and I guess MIT Patna will also get included over here soon. And yes, if you click on any one of them, let's say we click on MIT Lucknow, we click on a moot court competition, you get to see the memo, moot court problem. You get to see the winner team memo from the appellant side, and you get to see the winner team memo from the respondent side. You also get to see the best memo team. All right, so that was the library portion. The library portion did not take that much of your time because it is very self-explanatory. Everything is just click and browse. The only challenge which all the professionals face sometimes, and all the academicians and the students face, that is that so whenever we wanted to find a case law, it takes a lot of time in SEC to find that case law. And today, I guess I have given you enough information of how you can formulate your query, how you can write your query, and get the best output in less time as possible. With that information, I guess I can open the question answers round if there are any questions. Otherwise, I can just show you one more advanced feature which can benefit you while you're doing the research. Question and answers round is open, students. You are free to post your questions over here. And I request your participation as much as possible because it is very hard for the Aparajita ma'am as well to coordinate with all of you and to organize such a important meeting today. So yes, please take the full benefit of it. Any questions, students? All right.
Please put up your questions. We are very soon going to have our intra-moots. So if you have any query, and as you can see, Mohit sir is trying his level best to help you. Everything is just a click away. So you can put up your questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get your answers from sir.
Yeah. The students of MIT are very vocal, but I'm just wondering whether the weather change has given them some impact.
Actually, sir, it's the time then most of them are with in their internships and everything. But yes, they have joined, and I think they'll come up with the questions.
Absolutely, not to worry about. That is why, that is the whole purpose of this meeting, that even though you do not have any questions right now, you have the questions later on. We have recorded the session for you.
But I'll surely say so, but it was a very good recap for me. like when I was a student, I used to use SCC. It was just one of the best legal search engine which I prefer for doing my research. So and I think this is a new edition, this moot court research, or the where you can get the best memorials and all.
Absolutely,
Yes.
ma'am. And for the students' benefit, ma'am, I was keeping the best thing for the last. And the best thing was that how can you make the compendium with the help of the software that can save a lot of time by doing apart from doing the manual method. So students, if you allow, then let me show you the best method over here of how you can make the compendium. As Ms. Apajita ma'am said that you are going to have the intra-moot competitions right away near the corner. So in
We
order
have a question in the chat.
Sorry?
We have a question in the chat.
Okay. Okay, yeah, there's a question from Ms. Prachi Yadav. Can we also save the best memos from the moot court resources in the library section? Yes, you can save them. You can just click on the document. You can save them, print them, email them. Everything is possible, ma'am. All right. Coming back to the word search.
Can you show it, Mohit? Can you show it once in the moot court resources? How can we add? Because there's a question. Let's end it show it end to end. No?
Absolutely. So just like we've been to this tile before, we have clicked on moot court resources and we'll click on Vinity memo over here, appellant site. And there you go. All the options have been kept over here, ma'am. Save, email, print, increase or decrease font size, share the document link, and also my personal favorite, that is add to the SCC online folder. Now what this technology is, this is basically you're uploading this document onto the SCC online cloud, just like you upload the documents on the Google Drive. The same method applies over here. Now, how can this be beneficial for you? Basically, if you upload any document, you can view that document from your mobile device as well, right? So that is the SCC online folder. And now I need your focus. I need all the members focus over here, because I'm going to show you how can you make the case compilation or the compendium for your intramoot competition. Now, I'm just taking a random example over here. I'm just writing the word murder, and all the relevant documents on the topic murder will be coming onto my screen, right? The purpose over here is to add 5 to 6 judgments in my compendium and 2 to 3 articles in it, right? How can I do that? So basically, first of all, I'll go to the judgment section. I'll click on the Supreme Court or whichever category I wanted to select, and I'll take some judgments from here. How can I take some judgments? I'll click on this icon, that is the add to my SCC online folder icon. And now I'll create an online folder. I click on change folder. I click on new folder and I'll type in the name. There is no limit of how many folders you can create, and it has been binded with your login ID so that only you can view it. Amity Patna. There you go. Select the folder, click on OK, and this particular file has been uploaded onto the Amity Patna folder. Similarly, I'll do this process real quick for the rest of the documents. Add, OK. Add, OK. Add, OK. And some articles as well. So articles are over here. There you go. Articles, 1000 articles on the topic murder. All right. OK. Yeah. So that is the first step. First of all, you need to upload all the relevant documents inside of one folder. The second step says that please go to your folder. The walkthrough over here is that you hover your mouse over here, you go to my folders and view folders. You'll see all of your newly created folders with the documents inside it. So you have 2 articles and 4 to 5 judgments in it. You select all of them. You click on the middle icon and you go to the last icon that is called create case compilation. The software will now ask for you to select the sequence or to rearrange the documents. So I'll just quickly do that. Judgments to be 2 judgments on the top, then the articles, then the judgment. Page size, create A4 or legal, and click on create. Within a few seconds, depending upon your internet connection, the compendium will be made and it's ready to be submitted for your intramood competition. The good part is you can customize your index as per your preference. Like for example, I'll just make it the full screen so that you can view it clearly. You wanted to represent your team or your university and you wanted to add the image of your university in your index. You click on this add to image. It will ask for the link of that image. You can adjust the width, height, and then you can always do that personalization. Apart from that, you can always do the other personalization as well as if you're working on the Word file. So everything is possible. And the good part is the page nation has already been defined by the software as per the sequence you have selected. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, everything has been arranged. If the true printout is available for any document, by default, our software will give you the true printout. And you can click on the download button for the index, download button for the lot of documents, and you can combine them and submit in your intramood code competition. I hope this will save a lot of time for you students, and I guess it will be a very beneficial feature for you. If you have any confusion for this case compendium, please let me know. Otherwise, post session, you can view the recording or you can go to this help center, which contains the video representation and document representations of how you can create your online folder, create your compendium, advanced search, or whichever feature you're looking for. You have everything available on the help center as well. With that, I guess everything has been covered today. If you have anything more to add on, Mr. Chetan or Mr. Rajesh Raina, then please let me know. Otherwise, students, you can always post your queries in the chat box. Thank you. You're welcome.
Let's take the questions. I think let's take the questions from the anything that faculty members would like to, add or want us to cover. Well, I think students, the Amity students, I think they would be really vocal if they have any questions.
Yes, we already had a long discussion about this. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think Mohit, what we can also do is if you're waiting for questions, in the meantime, you can take us to the blog part.
Absolutely. Blog would be fantastic for the first year students. So blog is right away over here.
For everyone, Mohit, I would beg to disagree. I think it's good for even the faculty members, even for the senior students, for everyone, not for only for first year. Yeah?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely, spot on. So SEC Online Blog is a free portal for everyone in the world. Whosoever wanted some legal information available, again, they can come and visit to this particular portal. And basically, it has various categories in it through which you can browse through the information. For example, if you go into the news, you have the information coming from new releases, news from the business, news from the heart of the press, and many other things. Most of the times, the members, the faculty members and the senior members always look for the case briefs of the latest cases which has not been added in SEC Online. Right. So for those cases, like for a case of yesterday, I wanted to see the small summary of a case. How can I see that? You go to the case brief section. You have Supreme Court, High Courts, tribunals, and many other courts available. You click on any one of them. I click on Supreme Court over here, and you'll get the huge list of different cases of which we have made the summary on. As you can see, Supreme Court upholds 2019 Act. No, let's take something else. In relief to state board class 12 students, Supreme Court asked board to formulate scheme within 10 days. Okay. Let's take something else. Cancellation of class 10th board exams, CBSE, ICSE, assessment schemes, fair, reasonable, in large. Public interest, here's why. All right, let's click upon that. So this is, we can say, a case brief added by the Prachi Bhardwaj on June 23rd. And there you go. The bench of A.M. Khanwilkar sir and just Dinesh Maheshwari has refused to interfere with the assessment scheme propounded by the CBSE or ICSE for the class 10 student and has held that now this has been taken from the judgment as it is. And now this red portion is the main important takeaways from this particular block. Again, this black portion has been taken from the judgment extract. So rejected, what has been rejected, what has been passed, everything has been curated over here. What is the judgment? Judgment is Mamta Sharma versus CBSE. This is the highlighted citation or hyperlinked citation. You click over here and you'll get the judgment in the SEC Online. So this is very handy feature for the students to get yourself updated while you're on the go. Again, there are many other categories available, but for now, I guess everything is self-explanatory. And yes, you can always spend some time on the blog as it is free to use. Any last minute questions, students?
Sir, can we just wait for 1 or 2 minutes because there are few students who want to ask questions, but due to some internet issues, they are not able to post their questions here in the
Okay,
chat.
not a problem, not a problem. In the meantime,
Ma'am,
I'll
what you can do is, in that case, if anyone has a question, they can either, Mohit, you can just give them your mobile number on the screen right now, or what you can do is you can reach out to us on the email, or if some of their colleagues or the friends can post the question on the chat, then we can take the question as well in case they're
Sure,
not
sir.
able to get.
Sure, sir.
absolutely. You can pass on this contact information to your colleagues, students. We have mentioned our email address, we have mentioned our toll-free number, and our personal information is also available. Please pass on this information for whichever query your colleagues have.
Sure, sir. I'll ask all the students to, if they have any query, they can reach out to you on this email ID.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
And ma'am, I would just need your confirmation on this. I believe every student for the first year primarily are aware of how they can use the Nimbus feature and how they can reach out to this SEC Online website.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They have this get through the Amity portal, which they use through their student portal. They can directly switch to this SEC online interface.
There you go. That's perfect, ma'am. Thank you so much. So students, you heard that. You already know how to reach to this website. So I wish you good luck with the research purposes on SEC Online. You have all the contact information available. Recording will be shared with the Aparajita ma'am, and you can always contact us whenever you need.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good time. We are ending this meeting now. So yeah, have a good evening and have a lovely weather again in the Bihar. Thank you.